In 1969, my wife and I went to South Asia to work amongst a group of people amongst whom there had been missionary activity for 200 years with no results. And after only 12 years, the first disciples started to be formed there. But then Blackburn Baptist Church started to call me to come back to be their senior pastor. I did not take kindly to that. 3 times I flicked it aside. On the 4th time, they cheated. They said, pray about it. Oh dear, now I had to pray about it. It was a big struggle because we were making history out in Southeast Asia. And secondly, we were the only people living amongst a couple of million of these formerly unresponsive people. So why would I come back to Melbourne where there are so many churches, so many pastors? But after a long struggle, I came to the place of Blackburn Baptist Church in February 1983. And it was a couple of months later, I still didn't know why I should be back in Australia, when one night the Lord said, pick up your pencil and start to write. And I wrote many, many pages. When I read that, it was a vision for the year 2000. The Lord wanted this place, this church, what it would be in the future, to be 2,000 people by the year 2000, which was way and above the size of any church in Australia at that time. I knew we could never do that because I had discerned certain weaknesses in the church at that time. It had an excellent reputation, but it had no vision, it had no concept of discipleship, and I couldn't find prayer emphasized anywhere. So I carefully recorded that, and then in 1984, the next year, I presented this report to the diaconate, and it's called A Vision for the Future Toward 2000. I spelled out for them how we had certain options. We could do nothing, we could divide the church by planting other churches, we could expand the current facilities, or we could relocate. The diaconate gave us permission to continue to explore while I continued to work with the church to ready it for its possibility of relocation. Various things happened, but suffice it to say, in 1990, the possibility of buying 6 acres of land up on this site where we are now came into being. But the immediate problem we faced was we would need to borrow $3 million from the bank. Again, I challenged the church in a concept to pray as we did for raising money for missions, to simply ask, Lord, what would you give through me that you wouldn't otherwise give to me unless you could trust me to pass it on? Through all of that, it was a matter of not equal giving, but of equal sacrifice. And sacrifice it was. But the people rose up and tremendously sacrificed. And then eventually, of course, we were able to buy the 6 acres of land here and move to this place. As for my legacy, well, I'm a nobody who's been sent to tell anybody that somebody died for everybody. And so in future years, when people come and look at this site, they won't remember me, and I don't want to be remembered. But what I do want them to remember was there was a time when God did fantastic things, and He can still do it today as we pray to Him.